my membership and in one of the calls that we had on emotional wealth, one of my members asked a question. And I thought that was so interesting, and I wanted to share that with you. She said, "What's the difference between making space for sadness and trying to push it away with a positive thought?" And I think this is a misconception most people have, is that we have to be positive all the time. So when you feel negative, you kind of want to move it away, kick it out so that positivity can come in. And that is not what I teach, because of the balance of positive and negative emotions of the world. The world is a beautiful display of a balance of two sides of the same coin. So the the goal here in everything I'm teaching you on this episode is not to never feel negative. The goal is to understand the emotion you're feeling, recognizing that you can control it, recognizing that you can pivot into a different emotion if you want to, and you can allow that emotion to drive your actions. We're never working on eliminating negative emotions, because sometimes things happen and you do want to feel negative. If somebody hurts my child, I do not want to feel positive about that. You best believe that, right? And I'm always misleading people when I say my child. I don't actually have children, but my sister's kids are mine. So if you mess with my niece, my one and only niece, oh, you best believe I will not be feeling positive. I will feel very negative. But the thing is too, like, if you think about it, if I feel negative in that situation, I'm going to let myself feel that 100%. But that is not what emotion I'm going to use to take actions towards you that hurt my niece. Because I don't want to multiply the negativity that has been created by what was done to her. You know what I mean? And so it would require me to implement resilience in this instance. So when I talk about financial resilience, it's your ability to use emotions to support you financially. But this is a skill you can apply in every area of your life. Say someone says something to you that kicks puts you off, right? And you're like in a bad mood. But you don't want people around you to be the recipient of your bad mood. You could decide, yeah, I'm going to feel bad about what this person did to me, but also I'm going to keep it here. And then when I'm interacting with other people, I'm going to interact from a positive, a powerful state. And what's that state? What do I want it to be? That's your power. Which is why when I remember thinking, I'm not a morning person. I was not a morning person. I'm an all-day person. But when I wasn't a morning person, one of the things that I always made sure was, even though I'm not a morning person, which means I'm not necessarily in the chippiest, happiest mood in the morning, no one is going to be the recipient of my bad mood. So in the morning, when I used to live with my sister, she would love to want to talk to me. And I would just look at her and be like, my eyes would just ask her, are you sure you want to have this conversation right now? Because it may not go well. Or I would text her and be like, can we do this in 1 hour? I need an hour. But I would never want to allow my internal state, if it was negative, to be received on others, poured on others. So this is the power you do have. And you do this all the time. You know you do this. Now you can do this on purpose and in every area of your life. And that's going to show you how much more powerful you are. Because even if you do this, when it comes to the big things in life, you just don't know how to actually take that power and implement it in those big things. Now you know that it's not just an accident that you have this gift. This is something you can cultivate and build into a very powerful skill.